Hi there, welcome back to James and James podcast, and today we're talking about EAW. AEW, right? EA Sports, AEW.
It's in the game.
And, oh my god! And CM Punk is back. He's back at what was it? Collision.
Collision, yes.
Collision.
This past Saturday.
And what did you think about his coming out and saying his promo on that day?
I thought that promo was insanely good. No, but before the promo, when he walked out, I noticed he had his wrestling shoes or boots. Or whatever.
Yeah,
they weren't boots; they were more like shoes.
Yeah,
they were tied around his neck.
Then he had this red bag, right?
Yeah, I wish he mentioned in his promo, but that's pretty interesting to see his shoes, wrestling shoes, around his neck tied up.
Because I was making a comment like, okay, is he going to retire? Like,
that's
why
that,
does he have those shoes on there for?
Then he has a red bag too. But of course, then he gets to his ring. He starts his promo about saying how I'm glad to be back. It's been a long time. But at first, he says how like he's done being nice. And I was like, wait a minute, are we seeing like more of a heel turn here or something? Which I didn't really seem like it.
Well, to me, I think it's more of he says the truth.
Yeah.
The truth all the time. Because it pretty much left a sour taste to everybody when during the interview.
Yeah.
After the Hangman Adam Page. Because I think Hangman Adam Page really started all this going out. Because when they were together and they were doing their promo together about an upcoming match they were going to have, Adam Page was pretty much telling how CM Punk is not good or he's bad for the business. But then CM Punk was saying, hey, why are you taking this personal? I respect you as a wrestler. But then Adam Page kept trying to like diss him a lot on the promo. And after that, of course, they had some feuds and Adam Page was talking a lot of stuff. And then that's when we saw the interview.
Yeah.
And which, like, I guess CM Punk was saying, like, I say the truth. This is the truth. So he didn't like that. Yeah, CM Punk felt very disrespected.
Yeah. And that's why, like, you notice how on his promo he said, like, tell me when I'm telling lies. Like, he said, like, at least, like, 4 times. Like, tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah.
And I think that was pretty good, too.
Yeah, because he was pretty much telling, like, this is the truth. Like, somebody else should have taken care of this. He was referring to as Tony Khan, and he didn't. So therefore, I had to come out and say all this stuff and show it in the ring of the truth. So anyways, he's coming out and he's saying the truth. And I think that's what he's referring to because he's making all these points.
And I think that because he mentions a lot of that stuff too about how he was gone and how everything was else. He said how he never left if he was just injured. And then he mentions about that brawl they had with the Elite. It wasn't a scripted brawl. It was an actual real backstage brawl, which is like real fighting. And he mentions that. He mentions the Young Bucks multiple times. He actually caught them weak in that promo. I don't know if you caught that. And that was just pretty good. Him mentioning that stuff too.
I know that kind of got me conflicted because I like the Elite. I like the Young Bucks. And I'm like, man, I like CM Punk, but I like these guys too. So
I know, me too.
So I guess this is more of a storyline. Okay, what's going to happen next for me now? Now I'm got to see exactly what's going on and see where CM Punk lies. I think CM Punk, as he said, because he says, I'm more wiser.
Yeah.
And he's tired of being the Mr. Nice Guy and giving everybody the benefit of the doubt or the respect, but not getting that in return.
Yeah, and he says about, like, to the crowd, you think I owe you an apology? He goes, well, I'm sorry, like, the rest of you, like, I'm more softer than you.
Yeah, I like that. The wrestlers you like are more softer than you. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
Then he goes, tell me when I'm telling lies.
So I pretty much like this promo. I like where he was going. And I like how he said, he goes, if you think these boots are for retirement, and if you want me to retire, it ain't going to happen. If you wanted me to stay out, that wasn't going to happen.
No. And he says about the red bag, when she says that I'll give this red bag to anyone that pins me or beats me in a match. And that was a red bag he was carrying.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we're going to see a more, like he said, wiser man.
Yeah.
And he's, like, again, tired of being the Mr. Nice Guy, getting everybody the benefit of the doubt. And he's going to, like you said, be the truth.
He's being more real, too, there.
Yeah, and B, like I guess he's kind of saying like, well, the business didn't really take care of me too much during this standoffs between people, so I got to do it myself, and that's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah. So I think that was pretty good promo.
Yeah. So now let's get into the actual match now.
Yes.
So they bring in the other team first.
Yeah,
right?
they Switchblade, Jay White, and Rock Hard, Juice Robinson come out. Then of course Samoa Joe walks out. Which is pretty cool to see him on AEW because he wrestles for Ring of Honor too also. So he was there on Collision.
Then the FTR comes out, right?
Yeah, Dax and Cash. Then of course they have their music playing and they're standing on the stage waiting for CM Punk to come out. And he does. It was actually a big entrance. The crowd was cheering, which I liked, in Chicago.
Yeah, because his song came on and he said, oh, he has the same song.
Yeah, which I'm glad he does. That song will never get old.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah.
So then the song comes out, crowd goes wild.
Which I like too. He does this little it's Globber time, which he didn't really say. He's the word it's and that's it. So I like that. He walks
and then
out.
the other, the FTR was also doing their watch things too. They're all doing it together, like synced up or something.
That was pretty cool. And you could tell like both Dax and Cash really liked partnering with CM Punk. You felt like kids again or something.
Yeah. So then they go to the match. I mean, they get into the ring and the crowd's really enjoying this.
Yeah, and they're really into to CM Punk coming back, and of course Dax and Cash and partnering up with them. So the match starts. I think it was either Dax or Cash starting the match with I want to say Jay White.
Yeah, the one with the mustache, right?
Yeah,
because he was pretty dominant. I mean, he was pretty strong. Like everybody who came in, he pretty much tore them apart.
I think it was Jay White, and that started off the match for Switchblade and Samoa Joe.
So then this is going good. I mean, he's really holding his own. What's the guy with the mustache name again?
Okay, so you're saying how the one with the mustache, right?
Yeah.
I think the one you're talking about is Jay White.
That's his name?
Yeah, Jay White.
Oh, okay. I thought Jay White was the other guy.
No, the smaller one is Rock Hard, Juice Robinson.
Okay.
So it was Jay White that started off the match. He's a pretty good wrestler too, I would say too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he was very dominant.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody, like the other two guys couldn't do nothing against him.
Yeah.
You know, he was pretty tough in the whole thing. So I like that. And that might be why they're the champions right now, right?
Yeah. And also with that match we had with Ricky was also pretty good too. So Jay White starts off with one of the members of the FTR. And they fight for a little bit. Of course, Jay White tags out to tag in Rock Hard, Juice Robinson.
Yes.
Then one of the FTR members tag in their partner too. So they face off for a while. Then they actually go at it pretty good. I think it was pretty good of a face off right there. Then of course it was like a commercial break. After the commercial break, it's when they finally tag in Samoa Joe. And they tag in CM Punk for his first tag in the match. I think he gets tagged like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, so Samoa Joe and CM Punk meet up. Okay, and then Samoa Joe is just bigger than CM Punk.
Yeah, and I think they had a past rivalry, not in AEW, CM Punk and Samoa Joe, because the crowd was talking about it also.
I don't know anything about
Me
that.
either.
So then CM Punk starts. You know, he starts hitting him with elbows or something.
Yeah, elbows or something.
Samoa Joe is not really fazed by this at first, right?
because he knows that he's bigger than him.
Yeah.
And of course, they have like a good face-off. So we got like a lot of back and forth between CM Punk and Samoa Joe. They got it for a long time, actually, I think.
Yeah, they got it for a few minutes. And then they get tagged out because they're in a commercial. They're doing something and come back. They're tagging out already.
Yeah. FTR gets tagged in. Of course, I think it was like Jay White or Juice Robinson gets tagged in also.
All right.
So they go at it again there. So they're fighting off. The commercial break, CM Punk gets tagged in for like a short amount of time.
Yeah, I saw that. He went in and then out. I'm like, what was that?
And I think that was like his like 2 tag in.
So at that point, I was like, okay, what's going on with CM Punk? Is he good, bad? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So I guess he gets tied down again. And of course, the FTR is fighting again with Jay White or Juice Robinson. Then they go at it, and then CM Punk gets tagged in a third time. I think that's where he stays in for a while.
Yeah, he did. And then he was doing all kinds of moves.
Yeah.
And so I was pretty impressed by that part.
And of course, he does his old finisher, which I thought was pretty cool to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's going to sleep, right?
Yeah.
He's doing that also. So I think that's pretty good. And of course, he does his top rope move, the best in the road. So I think that's pretty good also, seeing that again after like a year or two.
So like 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a year.
No, it's just 8 months.
I felt longer. I don't know why.
No, it's only been 8 months.
All right, 8 months. All right.
Man, he was out before he came back, and then he got out again.
Yeah. And then that's why it feels longer.
All right, so what did you think about him wrestling? I mean, just overall.
I think it was pretty good. I liked it. I like him seeing wrestle because he's one of the wrestlers I grew up watching too. I remember watching their match with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 28. It was a good rivalry too.
Now, but the good thing, I mean, let me start over. I really thought CM Punk did well. He did some good moves. He did some maneuvers and all that stuff. So I think he did good. And he was holding his own against Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
So I think he's pretty much back. Now, I did notice his body was a little bit, maybe not as tight as it was before.
Yeah, I think he's just him like AIDS or something like that.
Well, it could have been like he wasn't able to work out.
Well, yeah, because he had an injury. I think it was like a pectoral injury, which I kind of stopped him from working it out for a little bit.
So I think in the next few months, I think he's going to bring that muscle back. He's going to work out more.
I think as his health gets like 100% again, he'll start working out.
Yeah. So I think he's going to come back. I know he's going to take a while. It'll probably take a month or two to rebuild his strength, get his workout back in there.
Yeah, because he's just coming back from that surgery and injury. So I'm pretty sure he'll go into the gym again. So
with this being his first match, do you see do you think he might hit it strong? Or do you might take some matches, light matches, and then work his way up?
Work his way up, take some light matches in there. I think that's all. I think that's what like people have to do. Like all wrestlers have to do.
Yeah, like some wrestlers when they come back, they're well rested.
Yeah,
and because most of the time it's a vacation.
Yeah,
and then they come back and then they're strong and then they win the belts right away. But this one was an actual injury, so this one might take him a while.
And obviously, if you like go at it again like 100%, that's when your body gets tired and that's when like another injury happens.
Yeah, so I think he's hopefully take the time and, like you said, slow it down and then get back into it.
Yeah.
And then by then, if he waits a few months, maybe his body matches him and he'll be 100%. So then who do you think is going to be his first major entanglement or whatever, his first person he's going to go after first? I'm sorry, go after. I don't know why I said entanglement, but go after first. Have a love affair with somebody, with one of the wrestlers.
Part of me wants to say one of the elite members or Hangman, but I think that's not going to be yet. But I mean, he can go for Ricky Starks, one of them. I mean, there's a lot of choices to be in there. I say Ricky will be the one. Him and Ricky will have a good match, I think.
All right. Well, we'll see with that. I kind of want him to go against Chris Jericho because they're both about
they had that rivalry, past rivalry,
and not even for a belt or anything, just to have a little rivalry again, and maybe Chris Jericho says like, hey, you're not good enough, and all that, just stir up something, and then CM Punk, goes back at him, and they have a little quick rivalry. This would also pump him up, get him trained, and get him back into the motion of everything.
Of course, yeah, for sure.
All right.
I think we covered everything in this match.
So let's stay tuned and to see what's going to happen with CM Punk. What are your thoughts? If you have anything different than we have, which I'm sure you do, put them in the comment section down below. Again, James will have all the social media information down in the description below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.
Peace.
Yeah.